Today, let's talk about security, shall we? So, there is a new feature where you can secure your files and website using security headers. So, here is what you need to know. So, let's talk about what is a security header. So, these are simply instructions sent by your server to a browser, which tells the browser how to interact with your site safely. So, these are basically instructions for your browser. Now, why do you need a security header? So security header acts as an access control mechanism. So it tells the browser how to handle your sensitive data, how to show your website, can it be iframed or not, and such. So using security header, you can prevent some threats like clickjacking. So let's get into clickjacking a little bit more to understand security header better. So what is clickjacking? Clickjacking is basically tricking a user into clicking a hidden element on a website. So this is a malicious technique where an attacker disguises a harmful action as a legitimate button click. So your website can be used as a front end to show a legitimate site, but when a user clicks on a certain button, instead of going to a website, it goes to somewhere else. And this is possible by using iframes. So how it is done, I'll show you in a second. So here, so consider this website. My friendly website is your website, and it has a button called join now. But then if your website can be iframed, someone can iframe your website onto their website and put another layer on top of your website, but with a different opacity setting so that it looks like your website, but it has got two layers. On the top layer, it has got a similar looking button, but when you click on it, it goes to a different site. This is possible because your site can be iframed onto another site. And then with a little bit of CSS and other techniques, someone can put a different frame on top of your website and show a different button on top of your button. Since there are two layers and the button on top layer would be the button that takes you somewhere else, your friends and family would think that this is your website, and then they would happily click on this button instead of clicking on this button, and they would be taken to a different site instead of going to your site. So this is the basics of clickjacking. Now, how can you prevent clickjacking? That's where the security header comes in, and you tell the browser not to iframe your website. So this is done through a security header called XFrame options. So this header prevents clickjacking by dictating if and how your website can be embedded within an iframe on another site. So the value for XFrame option header, you can set it as deny or same origin. If it is deny, completely disallow any sort of framing. But if it is same origin, you can iframe it within your domain. So by using any of these two options, you can prevent clickjacking using your site. Now, if you don't know what headers do you need, there's an easy website. If you go to securityheaders.com, you can do a scan. You can do a quick scan of your website. All you have to do is enter your website here. Once you have the website, click scan. Now it will tell you most of the common security headers that you need to have on your website. So you can see here I have XFrame option already, and I don't have these other headers. Let's go back and see what headers do we need and what are the recommended values. So XFrame option we already discussed. The recommended value is same origin. You can also select deny. Content security policy or CSP defines the rules a browser has to follow when it is loading certain assets from your site, such as scripts, style sheets, and so on. So the recommended value here is this default source is self. So when you set default source is self, it only allows the resources to be loaded from your site and not from anywhere else, and it helps you prevent cross-site scripting and such. So that's about CSP. Now we have X content type option. This helps the browser to decide if the content type is as it is declared. So in order to prevent any MIME confusion or such, the recommended value to use is nosniff. Now the referrer policy. So this header helps you to control how much information a browser can include when it is moving away from your website and such. It helps you with preventing the leakage of sensitive information and such. So the recommended value is strict origin when cross origin. And now this is a slightly newer header, permission policy. This policy helps you to set permission to access certain features such as camera, microphone, and such. If you need permission to use camera, USB microphone, and such, you just need to add these into your security header. Just to be clear, these are just simply recommended values that provide good balance between the security and functionality, but this might not be the exact value that you might need for your business, for your website. So find the right values that are specific requirements for your website. Now, how can you access this and where can you access this? So all you have to do is go to your account and find the sites and website, and then there is a new feature called security. Let's go into our account and set it up. So now I am under sites and funnels. When you go inside your funnel or website, you would see a tab called security. You click on security. It will show all the headers that you have already added. Here in this case, you can see I have added X-frame option and the value is SAMEORIGIN. So if I want to add a new one, I go here, click on add security header. This is where I add the header and then I add the value. If you want to read more about security header, all you have to do is click here and it will take you to the Mozilla developer page where you can read all about security headers. So this would be security header. When you click on it, you can see this is what you have to use as the header. And then you have multiple values. Either you can use this or use this or this. And if you don't know which one to use, you can just scroll down here and then read through this, and then whichever makes sense to you, you can use that as the value. I also will add the recommended value in the description. So if you want to copy and paste it, you can use it from there. So now I'm going to go back to one of my slides and I'm going to set up content security policy. This is the header I have to use, content security policy, and this is the value I have to use. So here you can see I have added the security header name, and then I have added the value, and I'm going to click create. So a security header is created. Now, if you want to change this X-frame option from SAMEORIGIN to deny, all you have to do is click here and edit, and then you go here and change that to deny, and you can update your security header just like that. If you don't want a security header, you just go here and click delete, and then you can delete it as well. Now, once done, you can go back to the security header scanner and scan it again. It might take a while to get it updated, but in a day, all the headers that you have added would be green instead of red. So this is how you can add security headers to your website or funnel. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.